This may come as something of a shock to royal dedicated fans. That's right, because what I'm about to share with you came as something as a shock to me. We're talking, of course, about the brilliant relationship between our late monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, and Catherine, Princess of Wales. Apparently, they didn't always get on, and there was one thorny topic that was never allowed to be spoken about from each other. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to have your company and whatever. Hope you have a lovely day today. Let's have a big wave. Yes. Lovely to see you, as I say. Hope you're all keeping safe and well, whatever you're doing. By the way, on this day, 1951, I know, you're all way too young. Of course you are. Yes, I can tell, I can see, you all look pretty good for this time of the day anyway. I know, do you wake up some mornings and think, what? But way back in 1951, on the BBC for the very first time from the Shepherd's Bush Empire, which had been transformed into the BBC TV theatre, was none other than What's My Line, that game show, which was a big success also over in the United States of America. Massive panel, as you know, and of course hosted by the unforgettable Eamon Andrews, who for many was simply the face, the voice, and literally the stardust around This Is Your Life. Always remember those shows, don't you? Yes. 1951, What's My Line? Did you watch the American version? Did you watch the British version? Can you remember what it was about? Yes, let me know in the comments below. How did you have to guess? Back as ever to your Breaking World story of the day. I really just wanted to share this with you because, as we know, Wimbledon has now come to a close and Catherine was there to present those wonderful awards as being the patron of the Lawn Tennis Association. A lot of people were cribbing about Catherine's green dress, saying it needed an iron, etc. Let me tell you something, I think that was a bit of a shock to her. But again, she'd been sat down in the heat for a number of hours. What do people expect? A mini iron out of her handbag before she goes on to centre court? I just thought she looked fabulous as ever. But what's also interesting is there was a story going around how she ignored one of the ball boys. Let me tell you, that has been rectified. They've reached out, and it was literally simply a mishap because Catherine, in a rush to get through that, didn't see said person. So do not be alarmed. As ever, wonderful manners from Catherine. And, it's just one of those things, isn't it, that happened. But let me tell you this, I don't know if you know this, but our late and wonderful monarch, Queen Elizabeth II, could not really stand tennis. Yes, although she went to Wimbledon on a couple of occasions, it wasn't necessarily her favourite thing to do. In fact, according to a very good source, that and the Royal Opera were possibly up there. She didn't mind opera, but she didn't really want to spend hours sitting through it. So you can understand there were certain things that, she obviously designated to other people. But according to that good source, Catherine, who was an avid tennis player, a wonderful Wimbledon supporter, really could never ever bring up a conversation about tennis with Her Majesty the Queen. Now, Her Majesty, of course, wasn't one of these dismissive ladies. She just kind of apparently went, oh, how interesting, and suddenly found another topic of conversation. Catherine was telling this particular story to a very good source, and it did sort of make me smile because it must be difficult because you assume that obviously Her Majesty the Queen would have known most things about most topics, right? But there was clearly something that she wasn't prepared to go into conversation with. And this, apparently, was one of them. Catherine, very deftly, moved on to other things. And of course, as we know, tennis for her truly is a passion. As we also know, Prince George is getting the occasional lessons from Roger Federer. And no doubt, Prince Louis, as and when he's able, will follow suit too. Certainly something that she and Prince William can talk about. But again, apparently even His Majesty the King, not over keen on tennis, but keep that between you and me. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.